I'm Emma, and I guess you could say I'm on a journey. Not just any journey, but one that's been brewing in my DNA for generations. It's funny, how a place you've never been can feel like home. There I was, on a ship bound for Bergen, my heart pounding with each nautical mile. Trolling, oh geez.
Remember, Chiare, love is like learning a new language. It's challenging, but opens up a whole new world.
I didn't know it then, but those words, they were about to become my personal mantra. Back in Wisconsin, Norway was just pictures on my wall, recipes in my grandma's cookbook. But here it was alive and terrifying and beautiful. And did I mention terrifying? Hey, Kanjeg. Fe and cafe, med, milk? Oh God, I'd practiced that line 100 times. Was my pronunciation that bad? Maybe I should just stick to English. Maybe this whole trip was a missed...
Lameg Hjälpedeg, let me help you.
And just like that, everything changed. I didn't know it yet, but this was the moment my ancestors had been setting up for generations. Talk about pressure, right?
Wait, are you allergic to nuts? The traditional pastry you were about to order, it contains almonds. Perhaps you'd prefer a Skillingsbolle instead? It's nut-free and delicious.
In that moment, I realized two things. One, I was woefully unprepared for this trip. And two, I had never been so glad to be unprepared in my entire life. So there I was, standing in a Bergen fish market, face to face with, well, a lot of faces. Fish faces, to be exact.
Ready to dive into Norwegian cuisine?
Sure. Just maybe not literally? Eric had this way of making everything an adventure, even potential food poisoning.
I dare you to try lutefisk.
Loot? What now?
On second thought, maybe we'll save that for when you're more acclimated. It's a traditional dish, but it's an acquired taste.
I didn't know what lutefisk was, but the way he said it made me think I dodged a bullet. Or a very weird fish. This is actually pretty good. What is it?
That's gravlax, cured salmon with dill.
It's like a postcard come to life.
Welcome to the top of Bergen. What do you think?
It's incredible. I feel like I can see the whole world from up here.
These buildings have stood here since the 14th century.
Wow, and I thought my grandma's cookie recipe was old. Every place we went, every story Eric told, it was like I could feel my roots growing deeper, connecting me to this place, to my ancestors, to him.
This is my favorite spot in the whole city.
I can see why. It's magical.
So, tell me about your family. What brought them to America?
It's kind of a mystery, actually. All I know is that my great-grandmother left her home in a coastal village. Never knew why. She didn't talk much about her past.
A coastal village? I might be able to help you find it.
Really? You'd do that?
Of course. It's not every day I get to play detective and tour guide.
Okay, let's do it. Let's find my family's village. In that moment, I made a choice. To silence the practical voice in my head, to ignore the ticking clock of my return ticket. I chose adventure. I chose possibility. You know that moment when you realize you're living inside a story you've only ever dreamed about? Yeah, that was me, standing in front of my great-grandmother's house.
Duklar, are you ready?
As I'll ever be. It was like stepping into a time capsule. Every creaky floorboard, every faded curtain, They all had a story to tell. Eric, look at this.
She looks just like you.
My great-grandmother. But who's the man? It's not my great-grandfather. And just like that, the story I thought I knew, well, let's just say it got a lot more complicated. Min Kjære Bjorn, Jeg Marese, Men mitt hjerte vil alltid være hos deg.
My dear Bjorn, I must leave, but my heart will always be with you.
She left behind the man she loved to go to America. But why? With each room, each forgotten treasure, I felt like I was piecing together a puzzle of my own identity. And just like that, reality came crashing back in. I had a life waiting for me back in Wisconsin, a job interview, responsibilities. How could I even think about...
These letters, they tell a story of love and sacrifice. Your great-grandmother, she was very brave.
I'm starting to see that, but I still don't understand why she left.
Skal vi dans? Shall we dance?
Oh, nej tak, no thanks. I wanted so badly to be part of this world, to feel connected to my roots. But something was holding me back. Fear, doubt, or maybe the weight of a choice I wasn't ready to make. I told myself I was being practical, responsible. But the truth? I was scared, terrified of the choice I knew I had to make. Jeg lay Meg, Eric, I'm sorry, Eric. Two paths lay before me. One familiar, safe, the other unknown, thrilling. My great-grandmother had made her choice. Now it was my turn. Pause. Well, here goes nothing. I guess this is what they call a leap of faith. Or in Norwegian, et leap av tro. Okay, maybe I made that up. Pause, oh, screw it. Or as they say here, Fan Heller. Pause, Jeg. Elsker. Deg. Jeg elsker deg. Du er min. No, that's not right. Hjerte, you are my heart. Pause. Sorry. I mean, unskyled. Jeg har det travel. I'm in a hurry. Pause, Eric. Pause, Eric. Jeg, I can't leave. Jeg vil bli her meddeg. I want to stay here with you. Jeg vet det høres galskapet. I know it sounds crazy.
Emma, vad menar du? What do you mean?
Pause. I mean that I've never felt more at home than I do here with you. It's like, det som hjertet mitt har funnit sitt hjem. Like my heart has found its home. Pause. So, what do you say? Vill du vara min käreste? Min älskade? My love?
Ja, min kära. Yes, my dear. Du är också mitt hem. You are my home too.
One year later, and sometimes I still can't believe this is my life. Men herrer jeg, og jeg elsker hvert øyeblikk. But here I am, and I love every moment. Eric expanded his tour business to include cultural exchanges. And me, well... Og der hvor jeg kommer fra. That's where I'm from. Menna Norge mitt hjem, but now Norway is my home. Turns out you can go home again, even if it's to a home you never knew you had. Jeg elsker deg, min kjære, mer enn jeg noen gang trodde var mulig.
I love you, my dear. More than I ever thought possible. Your Norwegian has gotten so good.
You know, my great-grandmother once left everything behind for love. I guess in a way, I did too. Only I found it in the very place she left. Funny how life works out, isn't it? Or as we say in Norway, livet rart, men vakkert. Life is strange but beautiful.